What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Matt and Max podcast. We have Matt back with us.
Hey,
Feels
I'm
good, mate.
returned. Mate, I'm a new man. I'm 20 years old now as well.
Oh,
that happened.
Oh, man. How does that feel, man? How does that feel being 20?
I mean, like, literally speaking, obviously it's completely the same. You know how it is every year.
Yeah, but you've hit that sort
but
of like...
when you like think about it, it's like, oh, that's like I can say I'm in my 20s. I said that a lot, which is
That's weird, yeah.
That's really weird, isn't it?
So you're 20,
And like
you're
19,
teenagers, you'll never be a teenager
It's like a
again.
distant memory, you know?
Oh my
like,
days.
I'm an adult now. I'm in my 20s.
Your teens are done.
Weird.
They are done
so
for.
weird. But like, you know, like thinking like, because I think the like average life expectancy of the UK is like 81, something like that, and the US is like 78, 79. So I'm thinking like, on average, like a quarter of my life, like whole life, only life ever, is gone. And I'm like, oh,
a quarter of that shit. Saying
that's a big amount though. A quarter.
Yeah, but you've still got like your bet. I don't know, actually, that's debatable because some people would say.
I would say 20 to 40 has got to be the best quarter.
It depends, yeah. I think for you it's looking good. For you it's looking good. I think for a lot of people it's probably just like some shit years as well. I think 20 to 30 is good for most people because it's still like you have responsibilities, but you're not 30, maybe get a family or something, or you settle down a bit at 35, 40, it depends really.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, like every quarter's got kind of like different responsibilities, different things to it. Like like I think looking back, say you're like 80, looking back on each quarter, the first 20 is like, you know, that's bands, that's fun, all that. The next 20 is kind of, I think the next 20 is the busiest because that could be like
20 to 40.
20. Yeah, that could encompass like traveling, work.
That's where you make
family,
your life really.
All that.
Most of the time.
And then 40 to 60 is kind of like more family time / a bit of work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean that's the way I would look at it. Like the goal for me is probably to like 20 to 25 at least, like establish myself as an adult in this world sustainably, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But like around like late 20s, 30s when like I guess family would start happening and all that, and then like your third quarter you're thinking of like being old and having grandkids and all that stuff, and then yeah.
It's weird how quickly it flies by, man.
Yeah,
I can't believe
retirement.
I'm 20.
Retirement's gonna be great.
20 in 3 months. Yeah. 3 months and I'm 20 as well, mate. Oh my days, man. I don't feel 20. I don't feel responsible enough to be 20.
It feels like 16-year-olds.
I do. Yeah.
Us was like not even that long ago.
Yeah.
But we were speaking about it on a previous podcast. Although it doesn't feel like we look different, we look back and we look different. From like 16. I think the one that springs to mind for you at least is, you know, when you first got your filming lights and it was so you made it look really great and it was the first look of you in like high definition.
And I was like with the drop of the music and stuff. And
and you had like the spiky hair and
oh my God,
and like
just
you had no like beard or anything. Nah. I had no beard back then either, and like. Yeah. Oh,
mate.
I did rate that, like the way you somehow managed to get because you used the C920 for that, right?
I use the same webcam now.
Yeah, I have no idea to this day how you got such good quality. I mean,
really?
I think the whole time I had the C920, I only had one light because I broke the other, so I didn't have like even lighting on me. But I was always so surprised at how crisp your webcam looked, and mine just.
It was crisp actually, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crisper than
really
it is now.
Good.
Hang about.
Yeah, it feels like I don't know if you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, mate, what's going on there?
Like with this podcast, because we use the same webcam for you guys listening and watching. It looks like a webcam, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it does the job, and that works. But like in your old videos, especially
DSLR shit.
on that video, yeah, when you did the lights, it looked like good. Because when I first watched that video and you're like a new improved Kazellix, I knew it was the lights. And I first saw it, I didn't know you didn't have the lights, and I was like, I mean, it doesn't really look that good. And then the lights came on.
You thought it was already
like,
on before it came?
Yeah. And then they came on, I was like, whoa, it literally looks like a new camera. And that's what I always say to people, like, whenever people used to ask me about equipment and stuff for YouTube, I'm saying that like lighting makes a camera look that's not even good.
Mate, lighting is so important. It took me so long to realise that as well. And then I think I can't remember if it was you or
I think I sent you the link to my lights.
I think you did, yeah. The two studio lights, but they still done me well to this day actually.
And
I have them on for hours at a time as well, man. They're perfect.
Yeah, I had
like
to, like I
said. I think like 50 quid,
I think I left one on for 6.5 hours during revision, and I just forgot about it, and it blew.
Jesus Christ.
But I've had the other one. It did. It rather than a bang, it was more like a loud, harsh pop. But like the bulb didn't smash. It just kind of sort of just popped out, I guess. But I've still got the pair to it like up there right now, and it's weird how it's like still does the job. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's not as bright, but that's probably just all in my
You still
head,
only got one light?
Yeah.
How come you haven't invested in like another one? Now that you
Because like whenever I use the camera, realistically, like my room's a bit bigger now, so I can afford to have the light directly in front of me. Whereas before it was too small, so I almost saved space having them either side of me.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas now I can go further back, so I don't really need to be like lit from the side. It's not high on my priorities. Like I was gonna buy a really good, like, is it like a mirrorless? Is it called, or a mirrored camera? Where like, I can't remember what the exact term. It's something to do with mirrors, and that's how it films. So it's like basically like a DSLR, but you can plug it into a computer and use it on OBS and just record with it for like non-stop.
Oh, really?
Because like DSLRs, like you can only record for like 10, 15 minutes depending on.
Well, you
like,
had the
how long it
G7X
takes.
at one point.
Yeah,
how long could that record for?
16.5 minutes.
See,
and then
that is the case,
stops,
isn't
like,
it? I was thinking about
it
it
drops
today.
frames and it stops.
16.5 minutes, even if it's plugged in or something.
I haven't tried to figure out a way to like plug it in and record on the OBS or anything, but like on its SD card or whatever, it's 16.5 minutes, and my Canon 1200D is just like 11, which is just not good when you want to do like
I can't get my head around
half an hour.
I always wanted to get myself a G7X for like my webcam. Like I wanted that to be the sort of like camera, but I can't now.
I think people more like they use like camcorders that plug in, like really HD camcorders. All those big
I need
cameras.
new equipment.
Because I was going to buy one of those like a year ago, but I never did.
Yeah, man, I really want to get some like new equipment. I haven't bought new equipment in for quite a while. Like, obviously the PC like a year and a half ago.
You got the monitor
like
that didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to have some new equipment, and it didn't arrive. Mate. I ordered a 144 hertz monitor off Amazon. And I was so excited for it to arrive, and then
I know you were messaging me.
Buzzing. Yeah, I was buzzing, mate. And it's just like I haven't bought something new in so fucking long, man. And then it was about to come, and then they were like,
it motivates you as well.
Motivates me, mate. I was so ready for it to arrive, man. I was gonna get the double setup. I was gonna start streaming a bit more, and like, it was all gonna be sick. And then they sent me a message on Amazon, and they were like, "Yeah, sorry, mate, we've lost your parcel, mate." And I was like, "Hang about, you say what?" And they were like, "Yeah, we've lost your parcel." I was like, "Okay." So what now? I was like, "Oh, so we're gonna send you a refund." I still haven't emailed them asking for compensation. Actually, I need to get on that because they cannot deny me compensation for that. You know what I mean?
It's easy to push stuff like that back. Like I don't know about you, but you know you go on Instagram, you see ads, like, and normally you just ignore them.
Yeah, the sponsored posts.
But sometimes I see them, I think, you know what, that's all right. Like I saw one the other day. I bought myself 2 like jackets, so so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
But like I bought this one thing. You know those like magical like shavers that are supposed to like remove hair without pain, out scratches.
I think that's
I ordered one of those in like January, and I haven't got it. I have no idea where it is, but I haven't bothered to look like where I bought it from because it was an Instagram ad. So it's like I don't know where exactly I got it.
Oh, really?
Like I've got so much stuff from Instagram. It's actually like
really. I don't think I've ever clicked on any sort of sponsor from Instagram. I don't trust them. No, I just
apart from that, I've received everything, but like it's bad the amount I just like see something on Instagram and just like really get sucked in by it.
Nice to have that like financial freedom to be able to do that though. So I can imagine if I was in that position, I feel like I'd probably do the same thing. Like you can see things that you like, it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah. Like normally you wouldn't try it out, you wouldn't consider it.
Yeah.
But like given what position I'm in, I thought, I actually will like try that. Like I got that there was this advert or thing going around where people are saying, oh, this stuff is going viral. It was like the hair wax that colours your hair.
No.
Like, that it looks permanent like dye, but it washes out with one wash. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get one, and I got one of those.
How did that go?
I used it once. It was my hair's quite dark, so the blue didn't really. I mean, it came up a lot, but in the video they were like they had it all in the hair. The hair was coloured, and it felt like normal hair. Like that's what
I'm
it looked
looking at
like.
it right now.
But when I put it on, my hair felt like concrete. Like I couldn't move it.
Oh, I hate that.
So I was like, oh. Why is that then? So I might have put a bit too much, I don't know, but it wasn't quite the way they made it look, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Do you not even like, so you see these products on Instagram, do you do any research or anything? You're just like, you know what, that looks cool, I'm on that.
Pretty much, yeah, I would see it.
Fair enough. Fair play.
And I probably should do more research into things like that online, like particularly products, because I'm sure there's many times I've bought products, even on like Amazon, because it's like solid and safe. I probably could have got it a lot cheaper elsewhere, but just the convenience of Amazon or whatever else you're looking at, it just makes it I don't know. It's easy.
When it comes to stuff like deodorant, hair wax, stuff like that kind of stuff, I normally tend to just stick to brands that I know, which maybe I don't know, because like especially with hair wax, man, I hate my hair. Like my hair's a pain in the ass. I literally there's only one hair wax that I like feel comfortable doing my hair with. Like any other hair.
I mean, I don't style my hair, so
yeah. Well, like, yeah, exactly. But if I don't, mate, my hair looks like awful if I don't style it. But you should see it. Like it's bad. So like I have this wax, and I still don't even really like the way I style it because like, my hairline's really weird as well, and like my hair's always been weird. I've got like a mad little cow's lick, so it's like it's effort to like even when I get my hair cut, and you know when they style it afterwards sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm doing it and they're like, fuck me, mate.
It just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, they're just like, this must be a pain. I'm like, yeah, you're telling me, mate. That's why you always want to see me just sort of like, I just sort of make it messy, just try to cover the forehead with it now. Because I used to just get it straight up, mate. Like, fully
spikes. You know that spiked gel look where it looks like you've got gel?
Yeah.
Like you'd overdo it with the gel? Like,
yeah, but why did I do how did I not realise how bad my hairline was? Yeah, I was exposing the motherfucker. I was I was like showing it like.
See, I don't know. My hairline's a bit like it's a little bit, but not
yours is all right,
bad.
mate. Yours is fine. You should really see mine. If I was to like, I'm not gonna do it. But if I was to like push my hair back now, you'd literally like fucking end the call.
Speaking of you know, like brands we're used to. You remember that like deodorant you recommended me? That like stick.
Yes,
like
I still use that to this day.
I got a 3 monthly subscription to that bad boy.
3 monthly subscription?
Yeah, like on Amazon you can order them as like to arrive every few months. I mean,
what? Have you actually?
I get 6 every 3 months.
You get 6
sent to me. Yeah, although that's a bit much. I might need to lessen it because I got sent the new 6 and I'd only used 3 of the first lot.
How many times do you use it? Would you say?
Once, twice a day.
Really? It should be a 48-hour thing. I'd use it once every other day.
Oh no, that's not me. Nah.
Really?
No. But not for smell, but for like sweat. I have to be like, I sweat so much, like so much. It's better at stopping sweat than spray. Like it's the best product I've tried for it because I know you recommended it to me to stop.
It sorted it all out for me.
Yeah. But I think there is like something extra wrong with me. Like my dad, he used to be like that, and my grandma, she used to be like that.
Mate, that's brutal.
So like I think she told me once like how, because I was like getting annoyed about it, she told me how she had to have like pads in her like the armpits of her dresses when she was younger.
That's brutal.
So like that's like this is pure genetics right here.
Oh god. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. It's definitely very easy to focus on the negative traits you get from your parents, you know. I don't think about like my like I have really good skin. I don't get spots or anything. And like there's good things about, but it's so easy to just be like, Mum, Dad, why?
Yeah, I was thinking that stuff. I'm like, what have you done to me? Like my hair, like my mum's giving me my hairline, so I'm raging at her for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like
I am you, so why couldn't you be better?
Yeah, exactly, mate. My dad, I don't really get it. I don't really know why I'm all fucked up because like my dad's like doesn't really have any like physical flaws. You know what I mean?
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen a picture of you too.
Yeah, like he just. I don't. People say I look like him, mate, but I don't see that at all. And like,
I mean, you look related, but you don't look alike.
Fat head, mate. This fucked hairline, a voice that makes it sound like, you know. Well, apparently I've got a cold 24/7, but I still don't quite get that. But everyone's on that, so yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. What
no, I do understand. I do understand what people are saying when they say like, I do hear it, but I don't understand the big deal. That's what I don't get. And fuck me, mate.
Yeah, if I'm just listening, I don't know. It's not like you're like sniffling all the time or anything like that.
To be fair, I do kind of though. Like,
there's a sniff right
I did that on purpose, but like I do like sniff quite a lot.
Yeah, but it's not like wet, you know, like a
no, it's not
sniff.
wet, but it's just like, I do feel the need to sniff.
You don't sound like you've got
quite a lot.
A snotty nose. You just sound a little bit like you've got a cold, that's just you know.
Which is just great. But when you really think about it, there's much worse situations to be in. There's much worse sort of flaws to have. But mate, like speaking of sort of like people pointing out your flaws and stuff, the Samurai is the worst car Rocket League that I uploaded on my main channel the other day, mate. Oh my days, I am getting bullied in the comment section, mate. Like
you got a taste of what it's like to have people, because for you, I remember for a long time when you were on like fewer subscribers, you'd get pretty much no dislikes.
No dislikes, no negativity.
Like perfect comments.
So I'm not really
everyone
used to
knows you and everyone likes you.
Yeah.
But like you forget when you grow, there are actually people that have never ever seen you before in their life.
Yeah, they just
go ham. Which I didn't realize. And then you told me about it. I looked at the newest comments, not the comments you like loved and put to the top or whatever.
Yeah.
And it really like surprised me because you're always that guy in Rocket League with like a slightly smaller community but everyone likes you because you're like all about Rocket League. You're a good player. You're an OG creator. So like there's like no negatives because everyone gets you, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's these new guys who don't understand that at all. Just come in and just
they just literally like they
tell you look like an ingrown thumbnail.
Yeah, mate. Oh my, I'm trying to find some of the brutal ones. There was one or two that I even deleted, mate. They were that bad.
Really?
I was like, I just don't want other people reading that, mate. 'Cause it just sort of.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What if you don't mind asking? What sort of?
Can't remember, mate. It was just brutal, and like I've never really deleted comments before. That's the thing, and I don't really. That's the problem, mate. Like you said, I'm not really used to it. I used to hear some like bigger YouTubers. They said in their videos sometimes that, you know, I don't really look at comments as much as I used to. I don't really like looking at comments too much because it sort of puts you down sometimes. And I never used to understand. I always used to think like no matter how big I get, I'm gonna read every comment no matter what. Yeah. But I completely get why people wouldn't now. Because I was reading through these, and I finished reading them. I was like, I don't know if I feel too good after that. I was like, it didn't really affect me, but like.
I'm gonna get my phone up and see while you speak and see what kind of comments I'm looking at.
Yeah, mate. I'm trying to look at it now. So, oh man, as soon as I'm looking for them, mate, I can't see any. Okay, yeah, you look like an ingrown thumbnail from the great Gibbon. Obviously, people like taking the piss out of my Rocket League, so I don't care about that. That's fine. Someone commented, I'm getting sick just looking at this thing. And I don't know if he's talking about the car or me, mate. And I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out. Someone said, mate, this one cracked me up. You sound so weird because your double chin is crushing your vocal cords. What the fuck? So imaginative.
It's so weird.
Is it just me or just because Zelix look and sound mentally challenged? Mate, what? Who are these guys? I'd love to know what they look like. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's what I always think to myself.
Some real, what you would say, like creatures.
Creatures, mate. When they don't have a profile picture, I always think they're just a creature. Like that's all, literally.
Like pure Gollum.
Yeah,
just
mate.
Commenting right now.
Oh my god, your face is the worst. Oh my god.
That's the thing. Like when you think about comments like that, the fact that they're just, like, I couldn't imagine saying like a comment like that to someone.
Because we don't hate our lives.
What's the point? And like
these guys
what
hate their life.
What do they do with their lives? Like what?
I know, mate. They just get a buzz out of it.
I'm struggling to find like negative comments because I just uploaded like at the time recording today. I've uploaded 3 videos today already, and they're all tutorials. So most of the comments are like, oh, thanks. But like whenever I do like a vlog, there'll be comments like, damn. You don't look like you used to look. Go back,
god,
sort of
mate,
thing. Like, oh, is it just me or is Pixel getting fat? I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, mate. Little things like that, and then it's like when you read this, it's like they're fine. Like everyone gets them. That's what you got to keep reminding yourself. Like no matter who you are, everyone's gonna get hate because there's just very sad people in this world, mate. Who just like they just get a buzz off it. But it's when you read the same insult multiple times from different people.
That's the thing, because then
that's what hits
especially
me.
if it's like one of your insecurities as well.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's when it's
really
like a bit of a bitch.
Like,
yeah.
I got another comment. A comment I get a lot actually is it's like I'm sure you get the same. Like, everyone's like shave, like just shave.
Yeah,
I don't know why. No one likes beards. Like it's not scruffy, it's not messy or anything like that. Yeah, like one right here from 5 hours ago. Cut beard or face cam off, please.
And they think they're gonna be like, shit, man. You know, I'm gonna really sit and decide what I'm gonna do now.
Just take the GoPro and throw it out the window. There's no need anymore because I'm not shaving, sort of thing.
And they want you to like. Oh man,
it genuinely like affects them. It feels like.
Yeah, man. And they think that sort of leaving that comment that I'm gonna look at it and be like, right, well, I guess I do need to shave or throw the webcam out. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. But I don't know. I think like a beard, particularly like not like a long beard, but like a well kept beard. It adds a bit of like it adds a nice bit of shape to your face.
I like beards, man.
It makes you not look 12.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I like beards. I don't really like my beard too much. The only reason I don't shave it, honestly, it's not really laziness. It's more like I really don't like how I look, like clean shaven.
Yeah, and some people don't get that. Yeah. In the comments, it seems that everyone likes a clean shaven person, no matter who they are. But so, like, I agree. Sometimes, like, particularly because like I have put on a bit of weight for a start, and like I don't like. I used to really like the way I looked, like facially.
Yeah.
But now it just. I'm not vibing it as much. I feel like the beard does a bit more for me than it would. I think being clean shaven.
Yeah,
you know?
Putting on weight. The worst part for me about putting on weight is the fat on your face. That's always the worst part for me. I don't even care about my stomach. I mean, I'll get as fat as I want. I don't give a fuck, mate. If it wasn't going to affect my face, I'll be obese. But it's like, when it starts affecting your face, and then you look in the mirror and you're just like, it just don't look right. Like, there's just not that definition.
I remember you said it in your video how, like, your face felt heavy.
Yeah, and then Morph was like the heavy face bug.
The heavy face bug, yeah. I get what that feels like. Like, I don't like the way... I mean, if you have like a naturally round face, like, you know, that's fine. But like when you have a face that's not necessarily like round, but then it gets a bit round, kind of like my face is now.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah. I get what
when
you
you're
mean.
used to like a trimmed, nice looking face.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I think a beard just adds that shape that normally like a jaw would add.
Yeah, that is how I feel as well. Like, it sort of takes the edge off a bit. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when there's no like beard to almost define the neck from the face, it kind of all blends a bit more, and it
I get what you mean.
To be honest, it just doesn't feel as good, and it doesn't look as good either. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never actually, the thing is with me is I've never known what my face looks like not fat. So I'm really curious to see what, if I got ripped, for example, which is like that's a long shot, but let's just say, if I got ripped, I really wonder what my face would look like. I wonder if I still think I'll just have a bit of a chubby face because I'm just that's me.
Some people do.
But I don't know.
Mate, I'll just bring you back to your solo podcast. I'll be like, no, that is not you. There's a better face of yours out there.
There's a better face.
You're not always going to have a chubby face.
Yeah, exactly.
There's cheekbones for the Kaz there.
Can
somewhere.
you imagine if I got a mad jaw? I know I pretty much will never get a jawline. I'm pretty sure that's like not happening. You can just sort of tell. But like, I don't know, mate. If I lost weight, if I just lost all my fat, like, and just got like start getting some abs or some shit, like, would my face be like,
would
chiseled,
it look like sculptured,
defined? Yeah, because that's a game changer, mate.
If I used to have,
if I had guarantee of that, mate, I'd be straight on that. If I could guarantee that.
I think, to be honest, I think you'd be really surprised. I think you would have quite a lot of structure because I went from like fat to like really sharp cheek and jawbones.
Really?
A couple of years ago. Yeah. I mean, I think if I showed you some pictures of me now, because you wouldn't remember, I think you'd be surprised at what you see, at how like thin my face was.
I think I would be, yeah, because I don't think I.
Let me just
get one on now.
I'm gonna send you one on Facebook. You have a little look.
Right, I'll have a little look quickly. Yeah.
I'm covering my eyes because it was a funny little picture thing about my filming light. But look at my cheek and my jaw.
Right, let's have a look at this. Holy shit.
You know what I mean? That looks good. Like, what?
Yeah, mate, the chisel.
I know. And now it's just like the round.
Mate, but on you it doesn't look too bad, mate. Like the sort of like fat around the face. I swear. Like I it sort of it fills out nicely. For me, mate, it makes my head look like a fucking peanut. It actually does.
I guess you're like, yeah. I guess maybe you do just have a different shaped face.
I got a weird shaped head.
I think you would be very surprised that I think it would come in quite a bit.
Yeah,
honestly,
I think it'd be worth a shot.
We need to do a challenge. We need to do a weight loss challenge,
mate. We actually do. We do.
Hold ourselves accountable. Measure it like weekly and put something on it for this podcast or something, and then episode whatever come back. Like we need to. Like,
what could we do?
I'm just thinking about this now because I swear we spoke about this, but then never followed it up.
No, I think you did it with Try Hard. That was.
I did that, and mate, that did wonders for me. But then I just didn't keep it up.
Yeah.
Because I got ill and then just never got back into it. Like that was mad. I think we should do something like that. Right, like decide 100%, it because
man. We need to really think about the wager.
I know you're quite also competitive as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose for one, but you also like. It's not like you're kind of. Like this really like overweight recluse who doesn't want to do anything. Like
no,
you've enjoyed the gym. You like being active.
Yeah.
And you've got like strength.
I'm just lazy by nature, mate. Like I'm just lazy. Like always have been.
So I think if we genuinely like, did some kind of wager challenge regarding that,
we should get on that, mate.
Thinking about it now, I think we. Mate,
I can't think of what we'd wager right now. I don't really know what.
I'll message you just weight loss challenge. Then maybe by next episode we'll
figure something and we'll
mention it, announce it, whatever. Because it shouldn't be what you need to start, but it's a great way to start, like to get extra bit of motivation for the beginning.
I think it is. I need to fall in love with the process, mate. That's what it is.
Yeah. Weight. And that's what I think. And when you get those small achievements, that's when that comes.
I never really. That's what I mean. I don't stick at the gym ever really. Maybe once or twice in my life I have, but
long enough to see results.
To see results that make me think, okay, I'm improving. I'm going to carry on. It always feels like I'm not really making that much progress, and then it feels like you've been doing it a lot longer than you have, and then you stop and you realize you've only been going to the gym for 2 weeks, and it's like,
that 2 weeks. That's the magic number for me.
It
is,
it's 2 weeks, and 2 weeks feels like 2 months, and I'm like, why am I not improving? And you really think about it.
But then when you're being lazy and you do 2 weeks, it goes so fast.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Life is brutal, mate. Losing weight is not fun, man. Like, you see these people on YouTube and that who lose weight, and they Face Sensor's one of them. He didn't lose weight, but he was like, for those of you who know Face Sensor, he was a really skinny, sort of like scrawny guy, like kid, and he never used to like working out or anything like that. And then one day he just said he just fell in love with it, and then now it's like he can't not go. And I feel like that's really what you need.
I saw like a motivational video from Face Sensor actually about like going to the gym and stuff.
Mate, I've been watching him for a while. I don't really watch him anymore, but like he's inspirational, dude. Mate, that guy's a savage. He saw you know that Mexican weather girl, Yelet Garcia.
Yeah,
that everyone's going crazy about one time. He was like watching her videos and that, like the weather girl, and he just booked a fucking plane to Mexico, went and met her, and now they're getting married and shit, I think. Something like that. Wow. Or they're going to anyway. Like they've been together for years. Yeah, but he just went over there and just bossed it. I'm like, what?
Mate.
He was in college, mate. He was a scrawny little kid apparently who didn't speak to anyone, and it just reinforces what I was saying in the solo podcast. How like you never look at him and think that he'd be able to do something like that, and now he's shredded, mate. Got all the confidence in the world, and he's literally pulling Mexican weather girls.
Like the thing is, for one, being fit and stuff gives you like confidence. Like that's just natural. If you rate the body you're in, like that's like confidence.
Yeah,
but also like you said, he was in like high school and he was scrawny and skinny or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's weird that if in 2 years we'll be like 21, 22 and we're still like really young.
Yeah.
But by then we could be a completely different person.
That's what I mean, mate. Anything,
like, we could be that better person.
Things
it doesn't even have to be that long away.
Yeah. That's mad. Anything can happen, man. It's crazy.
And little chats like this, they are motivating, aren't they?
They are.
They want to get you going a little bit.
You can almost it's really easy to get like sort of stuck in the rut of life, and then you think like nothing's really going to change. But then, like you were saying, we looked back at that podcast we did, I think 2 years ago, and look how different we looked and like sounded, and how different we were. And that was like 2 years ago. Was it even 2 years ago?
It was. Yeah. It was just before I created Pick Pixel, so it's February 2016.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's mad.
It was
like,
we're in totally different
people,
situations.
mate. Yeah. Oh.
I think like one thing I think with like weight loss and stuff, it's one thing since recently like trying to do it, my recent attempts, I haven't done it as well, and it's something I need to like tell myself to do, because in like 2013, 14, I want to say, I genuinely like sat down with one of my old laptops, you know, they've got a little webcam on the top.
Yeah.
And I filmed like a 1 minute video every day of like a progress check, like an update.
Oh, really? How long did you do that for?
I probably had like 50 days worth of footage, but that wasn't the whole time. And like one day I'd be like, right, it's the same day, not really lots going on, I'm just gonna tell you a story or something like that happened today. Like it was almost like literally like a vlog,
just
but, like,
for you,
that genuinely was for you.
Yeah,
that's like the way vlogs used to be made, but it was like no one was actually going to ever see it. And I'd do like the kind of shirt off like progress pictures and stuff like that, not just for myself.
Yeah.
And I tell you what was crazy, I remember one thing that really like was crazy to me was specifically, I don't know why, maybe it's the lighting or something, but the difference between day 1 and day 13, I went a lot longer and, you know, slowly improved, but day 1 to 13, you could actually see a visible difference.
Really?
And if you don't document that first day or the first few days, if you don't do it every day like that, I think it can be very hard to not see a difference, even when there is one.
That's one thing I've never really done, is sort of take starter pics or any pics.
Honestly, we should try it, and you should like do your own little video every day, and if you genuinely stick to it for like 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, keep going, you will see the progress. It will amaze you, I think.
I think we got to get on that, man. I think that we got to make some sort of challenge, or we need to start on the same day and then like set a goal for like a month's time or 2 months time, something like that, and just really kill it. Because
I mean, the thing is that we're filming. What day is it today? Thursday. We could. I mean, it sounds really cliche and it sounds like it's setting ourselves up for failure, but we could get ourselves together over the next few days, get everything decided. This is going out on Saturday. We could start on Monday. It's so cliche to start on a Monday.
Yeah, it is.
Should we do that?
What better day? Should we do it, mate? Yeah, okay, all right.
Because we're filming this on Thursday, but people aren't hearing this like motivation, this like talk until Saturday. So
yeah,
we could start it on Monday, take those videos, those pictures, And you literally never have to show anyone. If like in a year you do get like where you want to be, it'd be great to show people.
Yeah, no, I'd just like to have
like,
it, yeah.
But to genuinely like to look back on it really surprised me. So I think.
So you think like, sort of get the webcam going and record like a minute video
like
each
on
day.
OBS.
And what did you say to the camera? You're like, hey.
So what? Like I literally started. I said, "What's up?" I walk on the camera. I'd have no shirt on. I do sort of every angle.
Okay, yeah. Well, you tensing, get the flex going.
Yeah. I do that. Yeah. I mean, that's probably not necessary like when you're like either of us, because what's tensing gonna do really, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But like when I started that video diary, I was quite thin, so there was muscle definition. But yeah, like so just. Basically do the same routine every day as far as that's concerned, and if there's nothing else to report, just turn the camera off. If there is something you want to say, like
even if
like,
it's irrelevant
something about what you ate, something like maybe you got an injury, or like you could just like I think one day I was like, nothing's really happening. I didn't take my shirt off that day, and I just
chilled.
I did a song I learned on the ukulele, so I could look back on that.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
it's just literally
day.
like
I like the idea of this. I mean, I can imagine
Mm.
it's kind of after a while it's going to get a bit tedious to stick to, but then you just got to sort of just push through, I guess.
And if it does get tedious, do it every other day. But like, if you're filming every day, even if you don't see results, it feels so much more like you're making progress, because you're almost like cementing that day of working out in a video form.
I've never considered this before. I feel like I thought like I've tried everything, but I've never really.
Yeah, I mean everyone does like before. Like I say, everyone. A lot of people do before.
I didn't even do that, mate. I did that like once, I think.
Yeah. But videos tell like when you can see yourself moving around, especially a few weeks, months later down the line, in a body that's no longer yours, but you see your face and you hear your voice. That's
my
like,
days, man. Yeah.
I think, especially if we're both doing it together, like we could even go to the gym together because we have a membership at the same gym. So
yeah, exactly. About that actually, I was thinking of cancelling that, mate.
Oh, you were gonna? I think you told me.
Yeah, mate. I've been two minds about it, because there's that martial arts gym in Bournemouth, mate, which is like every day they've got all these different classes on. They do like boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, like I think wrestling as well.
Yeah.
Like, and that's incredible for losing weight as well. Like I love like doing all that, but even on top of that, mate, like the amount of fitness. Like, for example, when I did boxing, mate, like it was I swear to God, 20% boxing and like 80% fitness almost.
When
it's
you
just
did that,
for, like,
I remember you
did
do one like on, I think it might have been Instagram, a before and after, and you had, I think it was a screenshot from your Time to Get Fit video.
Yeah, it was.
What a video! And then like your video of you looking like leaner.
Yeah.
Not like shredded, but like
just better.
Was that a result of like the boxing, or was that gym? What was that?
That was gym. I haven't done boxing since I was 16, maybe something like that. I did it when I went to uni. I did it for a couple of weeks, but then like it was just the shittest club I've ever been to in my life, mate. Like the coach was biased, mate. Like I sparred the coach's son, and okay, so we went into the ring, and he was like, okay, like light spar. I was new as well. Like obviously I've had past experience, but he just wanted to sort of see where I was at. So I was up against his son. And so I was fighting him, obviously just like sparring, so it's meant to be like tap spar, so like, you're not really trying to hurt each other, it's about technique.
Trying to get your shots.
Yeah, just making sure you've got the technique sort of on point. And I remember like I was just sort of tapping, and then he hits me with a hefty right hand, like straight fucking in the nose. Sends me back. I'm like, all right, I understand the situation. So like we carry on fighting for a bit longer. The coach says nothing. The coach said fuck all when I took that hit, and I hit him with a hefty left hook, mate. And the coach's like, hang about. He stops the fight. I swear, he's like, did I not say light spar? I'm there like, what? I'm like, I didn't even hit him as hard as he hit me, mate. He almost knocked me out. I swear, my legs went for a second. Like I fell back. Like,
did you say that? Did you like probably say like, what's
mate?
What's
because not only that, mate, but like the area itself, mate, there's just people there that I feel like if I started getting a bit aggy, like I'm fucked. So I just had to deal with it. I was just like, all right, it is what it is, and then we just stopped fighting, and then that's the last time I went. After that, I was like, I just don't want to be there.
I can imagine.
I get the vibe that they don't want me there, so I was just like, all right, I was leaving uni
weird
anyway.
To feel like kind of low key unwelcome.
It was like weird because boxing gyms and martial arts gyms, they're normally the most welcome gyms ever. Like
I can imagine. Yeah,
it's really people.
There's a lot of like
people think of it like, oh, it'd be intimidating to walk in, and you know, like you got all these people who are just savages. It's not like that at all, mate.
Nah, I can imagine there's like bromance everywhere.
There is, mate. There's a lot of discipline as well, man. Like you'll find that the trained. I was talking to my mate about this the other day. Oh, my uncle about this the other day actually, because my whole family, my whole dad's side of the family, all have a history in fighting. Like my uncle's one of the most famous people in Lebanon, like a famous boxer in Lebanon, and then my dad got like I think black belt, like kickboxer, something like that, and then my cousins and my uncle, they all did fighting and stuff like that. So then I'm it's sort of like it was just naturally like something I just loved as a kid. And then obviously me and my friends always just like play fight and stuff like that. And then as I got older, joined boxing and stuff. But
do you remember when you gave me a nosebleed with a boxing glove?
No.
Yeah, I had a feeling you wouldn't, but I think you will when I refresh your memory, because that's very vague.
Remind me.
Yeah. So, you went round Emilio's house.
Yeah.
And we had like 2 gloves between everyone. So you would wear one. Yeah. Because obviously, like, he was like, I think Alex was there as well. That. He was left-handed, so you'd use the right hand, he'd use the left hand. Okay, and I remember you just punched me straight in the face.
Oh, man,
and I bled so much. Like, I mean, I was like quite prone to nosebleeds. I had a few like accidents, and you just like hit me in the face. Oh my God, mate. And that was a hard punch.
Just out of nowhere, or was it like we were
fighting?
I
was like. Well, we weren't really. I wasn't really throwing much.
Like we were sparring. We were sort of like the idea was to hit each other. I didn't just hit you out of nowhere. Like
you didn't come up and like,
feel
just
a
punch
bit
me in the
better
face.
then.
But
I feel a bit better.
No, it was
still uncalled for, probably.
sort of like ready for it, but not expecting it. If that makes sense. And it just like got the sweet spot basically, and it was like gushing.
Me. It hurts, man. Yeah.
Do you remember now? Do you feel it a bit?
I don't remember giving you a nosebleed, but I remember doing that. Right. I remember doing the 3v1 with me and
you would.
Road. Oh my God.
Yeah. You just like start hitting everyone with your one hand.
And I was like 3 of you, like, fuck, oh my God, mate.
And that was back as well when I was like skinny, like scrawny.
I'll tell you why I was doing that. I'll tell you exactly why I was doing that, mate. It's because I'm pretty sure I just started at the time, or I was only doing it for like a month or two.
Yeah, I think you did. So I think you like rated yourself.
Yeah, and like it was stupid because obviously like I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but you get this sort of confidence when you start that you think like you're the hardest guy, and you know, like,
especially compared to us, we were all tiny.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So like I was just backing myself and heavily, but then when you join, you can really get that. You can sort of, you know, get yourself fucked up on that and maybe get yourself into a bad situation because you think you're better than you are and you come across the wrong guy. Like, I've been in that position. But the longer you stick it out, the more disciplined you get. And it gets to the point, mate, where those people who have been boxing or just doing a martial arts for like a couple of years even, they're the last people that would get into a fight. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do it when it's like only necessary.
When it's really only necessary, man. Like, that's what I mean. And that's what's interesting about it, because you sort of learn restraint and discipline. I suppose
there's like a responsibility as well to that.
Well, at the end of the day, mate, like
you've got to use it. Like
a couple of years of practice,
they would know not to just like mess around with someone. They would only use it if they really, it's like an emergency.
Yeah, like a couple of years of practice in a martial arts. Like, there's some of them you could probably kill like an average guy, mate. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not being funny, but
yeah, for sure.
Some punches are dangerous, man. You hear a lot about those one punch like knockouts, mate, where people die. There was one person.
Where like people either get hit in the nose and it goes like the back of their skull or something.
No, that's one thing, yeah. But then I was talking about like when you get knocked out and hitting your head on the pavement and stuff like that. That kills a lot of people, and it's scary, man. That's the scariest part about it.
Oh, that happened when there's a place I usually go, like whenever I go to Tenerife, just round the corner from that street while my mum was there. That happened to a guy and his mate. They were drunk and just messed around. And
well, you saw it. Wait, what happened?
No, I didn't see it. My mum was probably like 200 yards away wherever she was staying.
Yeah.
And she would have had dinner right where it happened, like another night or whatever. And like they were two friends and they were drunk, and one of them just threw a punch, one of them hit the head and just died right there.
Oh my God.
Like, and that's gone from two mates on a holiday having what would normally be a good time, even with a few punches.
Yeah.
And it's just like gone. Like,
oh mate, it's scary, man.
It's dangerous.
When it's your time, it's your time, mate. That's what I mean. Like,
crazy. Yeah. Oh my. Forget 4 quarters, mate. If he's 33, like that's not even halfway, and he's just gone. Yeah, you know?
That's it, mate. And that's what's brutal about life as well. It's like,
and he like if he was that drunk as well, like he wouldn't remember it. Obviously, he wouldn't remember it like, after because he's dead. But like, he'd be gone before that happens, possibly.
I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. I really hate. I've seen it quite a lot of times in town. Sober people who hit drunk people. I hate that, man.
Really?
It's one of the most coward things I've ever seen, man. Because, like, you'll have this drunk...
Oh, right.
Drunk
like,
people
like,
just get aggy, mate. When you're drinking, you think, you know, you're a lot more prone to get yourself into a fight. You're more aggressive. Maybe for some people it's different, but for a lot of people in town, they get a few drinks, and they're looking for a fight. They may not show it, but, you know, they want a fight to happen. You know what I mean? And
they'd be down.
Yeah, exactly. And you see always, but you could literally just stand like every Friday, Saturday night down in Bournemouth, just watch. You could be sober, to sit there, get like a couple of beers or something, sit there with like one of those camping chairs and just watch. You'll see so many fights, man. And a lot of the fights is just drunk people who are swinging. They don't even know what they're doing. And some sober guy thinks he's big, just coming and knocking him out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, like anyone could do that, dude. He's like, the guy's not even looking like where he's going.
Yeah.
One time actually, this was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I was in bed like 2 a.m. I was just about to crash, and I get a call from my mate, and he calls me and he's like, mate, you need to come pick up one of our friends called Louis. He's like, you need to come pick him up. He's he's passed out. No one's able to pick him up. No taxis are taking him, and he's gonna spend the night in a cell if you don't. He was like out, like unconscious. Like he drank himself into a fucking paralytic state. So I was like, oh man, I could hear the desperation in his voice. So I was like, I gotta do this, man. I can't sleep knowing that they're like he's going through that shit. So
exactly.
Got all my clothes on and that. 2 a.m. in the morning, just drove to Bournemouth, parked up at the front. They bring him out in a wheelchair, and he's completely paralytic, just unconscious. So we put him in the front of the car. My mate Aaron gets in the back of the car. Which I kind of wish we put him in the back now, because while we were driving back, he woke up and he didn't know what was going on. His eyes were like kind of shut, but he started swinging. And he's a fucking hard guy, man. Like he's really strong, stronger than me and Aaron, definitely. So he starts like throwing punches. Like he's trying to grab the gearbox and shit. So like, and I'm there driving like, mate, you're gonna fucking kill us, man. And he's throwing punches and that. And then so Aaron gets him in a headlock from behind to like restrain him. And Aaron's like an aggy person as it is anyway, so Louis bites his arm while he's got him in a headlock. God. So then normally, so say that was me, say like one of my friends is swinging and that, and then I get him in a headlock to restrain him and he bites my arm, I'd be like, okay, that hurt like a bitch, but he's drunk, I'm not going to do anything. Aaron just completely dismissed that and started trying to smack him from the back of the car. So I'm there driving, Aaron's like screaming at Louis, like trying to smack him and shit. Louis doesn't know what's going on. And I'm just like, it's just hitting drunk people, mate. It's just, it's dumb. It's dumb, mate. But I can understand why people do it, but man, getting hit when you're drunk as well is dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. You're so much more prone to getting knocked out. So
I had my first experience, like proper experience in Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, tell me about that, man. Tell me about that.
Okay,
I haven't really heard the story properly.
Yeah, right. So yeah, for those of you listening, and obviously Max, you know this, but like I've not really drunk ever, and the first time I ever got really like tipsy, but never to the point of like any sort of tired, drunken state or whatever, was New Year's Eve. I sort of tried it out, like chill at home sort of thing. Yeah. I think you got a lot of Snapchats or something. My God. Yeah,
Julia's keeping me updated. I was asking for constant updates. Oh, yeah, it was like a show.
And that was cool. And like I always used to be really annoyed because I never really liked like drink, but then there were some ciders that were like okay, but they never really got you drunk unless you drank a lot. Yeah. So I was like, right, I can sort of sip on that throughout the night, but I'll never know what it's like to be drunk. Yeah. And then I found out like vodka and apple juice tastes alright. God, yeah. It tastes mostly like apple juice. And it was.
I'm surprised you
Saturday.
Like that of all things. A lot of people just stay clear from vodka.
Well, see, I will for now, probably. Yeah. I mean, I might have a bit if I want to get a little bit drunk, but just not as much as I did this time.
You know your limit now,
but, yeah, I know my limit. It's not very high, that's for sure. But so I'd get like before we left to go to like pre-drinks, Gina just poured like quite a lot of vodka in a pint glass. Actually, it was probably like quarter of the way, so more than it should have been. Jesus and apple juice for the rest, and I just downed it because I did.
You downed that,
and then. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we went.
To understand the situation now.
And then we went out, and then it was just like in like little wine glasses, a shot of vodka, fill it up with apple juice. I went through a litre of apple juice, and then had a little bit of orange juice with some vodka as well because Gina told me to, or whatever. And I probably had. I want to say 200, maybe 250 milliliters of vodka. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the size of the bottle was.
Especially for somebody who hasn't really drunk. That's
exactly. Yeah. And I never drunk before. And then I stopped, and I was sort of okay. I was in like that giggly, happy mood. I was a little bit dizzy at times, sort of struggling to like really hold myself up, but not falling over or anything. No. And I was happy. I was like happy to be taken in pictures and stuff.
You weren't
but then,
sketching
like,
at all at that point.
No, I was just a bit dizzy. But then I didn't drink from that point onwards. That's the bit that I'm still like really almost surprised at, like to have felt it myself. And then I went to the toilet just to normally go, and then we got back out. I was like, I need to go again, and I felt a bit bad. And then just everyone's like, all right, we're leaving now. I really didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And then so I had to sit in the car. And then I started to enjoy the car ride because the window was fully down.
While you were in the toilet.
Yeah. I'll get to that.
Oh, was that not then?
No, that was not then. No. That was at the pre-drinks. And
okay. All right.
I was in the car.
My bad, yeah.
And then we had to get out the car and get in someone else's car who was taking us.
Yeah.
And I was not feeling good. I was like leaning over a bin. And they were like, oh, you can just go home, it's all right. Like Gina was saying, go home, it's fine. But I didn't want to ruin her evening.
Yeah.
Because she'd been looking forward to this for ages, and so had I. So I started crying. I was like, I didn't want to go.
Really? Yeah.
And then I sort of stopped, collected myself, went back in the car, and then we got to the club. But we got there so quick. Like normally going to Bournemouth, it's like it can be a bit of a drag in the car sometimes. Like for me, like when I'm not driving, like I'm just like, oh yeah. We're still not there yet, but like that, I open my eyes and we're there, and I'm like, oh god,
shit.
and they're like, you need to act sober. I got out of the car, wobbled over to the line, and I was like,
they let you in.
I was leaning on the barrier, and I was like, right, this isn't gonna work. So I took a deep breath, stood up straight, and acted sober. And obviously, I'm a drama student. I can do this. So I did it, and I handed them my ID, and then I went past the one guy, and they recognize your face with a camera.
Yeah.
And there was an X that you had to stand on, and Gina was like stood a few paces in front of it. And I thought to myself, right, if I tell her where to stand and help her out, they'll see that I'm responsible and sober,
All right.
So I pointed back, like, oh yeah, stand on the X. And they saw me, and it was like, great, responsible guy.
Yeah.
And we get in the club, and then they just go to the toilet because that's what girls do. So I like sort of follow with them.
Yeah.
This is before we did anything. And then I got in the toilet, and well, apparently I passed out, but I don't think so. I was on the toilet. I think I was just sort of like taking a rest. And that's when I remember messaging you saying, send help. I don't know why people choose to do this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And by that, and then I was sort of like, almost like sleeping but awake, but everyone thought I was passed out. I heard people talking out there saying my name. I heard people like assuming that I was passed out, so I was like, yo, like I said something. And then I went to the sick room, and then I got in the car and just like threw up all in a bag. And it was and I didn't get to dance anything.
Yeah, so
but like from that like giggly moment in the kitchen at pre-drinks to being completely destroyed, feeling like death, probably either the worst or the second worst I've ever felt. I didn't drink anything. And that's what I finally get, how the whole the vodka hits you thing.
That's what I was going to say. If you felt it the moment you drank it, then you wouldn't really have cases of people drinking too much because they'd stop when they feel to the point where they need to stop. But the problem is people stop, but sometimes it's too late because they think they're fine, but then it continues to hit them. Like it happened to me last night, pretty much. Like I was fine, but last night I was drinking, and because obviously I went out with my mates, so it's like a reunion sort of thing from like St. Edward's and that. And I went out and I was drinking and stuff, and then the night was going on. I drank quite a bit, and I was thinking to myself like, why am I not really? I'm feeling it, but like I'm not really feeling it that much. And then from there to when getting to Bournemouth, I didn't really drink anything. But then like as I was getting into Bournemouth, I was like, okay, I'm fucked. And like it came out of nowhere as well. So it does, and I mean it happened to me one time, which is kind of the same situation as yours, but this time was like I was genuinely thought my life was over. Was when I passed out in the in my mate's toilet, and I remember just waking up. I remember like going to the toilet. I was like, okay, I need to like throw up. I remember just locking the door, and I don't remember anything from there. I wake up sprawled out on the floor, but like drenched in like. It's grim, but like drenched.
Isn't it scary, the whole concept or the whole idea that you might choke on your own sick if you pass out?
Mate, I'm not gonna be honest, mate. If I'm not gonna lie, if I passed out upside down, like or on my back or something like that, I think I probably could have choked on it. I mean, you do if you're upside, if you're on your back.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I woke up with sick, like over me, and like I'm drenched in my own piss because I was going to go for a piss, but I passed out before I could take a piss. So, and I remember from waking up to the next like hour and a half was one of the most fucking horrible experiences ever, mate. Because it was just like trying to throw up, and there was nothing left to throw up, and it was. Yeah. Oh mate, I remember just leaning over the toilet like I wouldn't be surprised if I pass out again or die now. Like this could be it. I've got my mates sitting in the lounge who have no idea what's going on, and then his parents knock on the door, and I'm just gone, mate. I am gone. Like keep in mind I'm drenched in piss and sick. So like no one, I just cannot be seen by the parents. Okay, so like they knocked on the door. They knocked on the door, and it was like Max, you right, mate? Cause like I know them I've known them for ages. They're like, Max, you're right, mate. And I was like, had to do my best to sort of like gather a sort of normal voice, even though I was like literally dying. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm good, thank you, I'm all good. He was like, all right, well, we're just going out to walk the dog. I was like, thank fuck. And so they left to walk the dog, mate. I didn't want to, because obviously, like I said, I pissed myself and I had sick all over me, so I didn't want anyone to see in the lounge, like any of my mates and that.
Yeah.
So
do you dart it?
So yeah, mate. So as soon as I heard that door shut, mate, like I gathered my stuff together and that.
Yeah.
Left, went straight upstairs, locked myself in the bathroom, like put the not the wardrobe, like a sort of like cupboard sort of thing next to the handle so that no one could come in. Ran myself a bath, mate, like stripped all my clothes off, not stole, but like borrowed my friend's clothes. Like had a bath, washed off, came downstairs and his clothes, he was like, "You're right, Max." I'm like in all his fucking clothes and shit, and I was like, and then I thought I got away with it. I was so close to getting away with it, man. But then I left the clothes with like piss and sick on them. I left them at the house, so then that was it, mate. Like, yeah, everyone knew at that point. I was like, oh, this is shit.
At least they didn't like. When they found out and told you about it, you could look back on it rather than them finding out in the moment.
In the moment, it would have been shit. I mean, but what could I have done? I passed out. That's what I mean. Like,
no, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't think, oh my god, like you're so gross kind of thing. I just think like, oh, that's
I had no say in the matter, mate. I had no say in the matter.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about it, the crazy and the scariest thing about it is it was the morning after. So I already drank that night and everything, and I slept, and then I woke up, I started to sweat a bit, and then I was like sweating, I was saying to them, "You guys hot?" And they were like, "No, I'm not hot." I started undoing my shirt, I was like, "It's really fucking hot in here, lads." And they were like, "No, what are you talking about?"
I get hot flushes as well, like when I.
But I was sweating. I got into a cold sweat. That's what I mean. And then I just dropped, man. I don't even know if I hit my head or anything. I just woke up in the weirdest position. Like,
it's almost like you can feel like, you know, when you see someone like really ill and like you see the color drain for them. It's almost like you can feel that happen to you. Like you just feel the life just like leave.
Mate, a cold sweat is one of the worst feelings in the world. I hate cold sweats, man. Absolutely hate that shit when you're sweating but you're freezing at the same time, and it's like, oh my god. Even thinking about it makes me hate life.
Oh yeah, I felt a bit like genuinely a bit queasy about 5 minutes ago describing my experience. Like,
yeah,
I think
back
in regards to the whole like experience, I think I would still probably, like, on the night I was like, I'm never drinking vodka again.
Oh my god! And I was messaging you, and I was like, "Nah, mate, you'll drink again." And
that's when you were like, you just said I feel like a bit of a dick or whatever, just trying to like advertise drinking to you right now.
Yeah, like, I should have known in that situation. Yeah,
you'll love it.
Oh my god!
I was like, yeah, that's what I want to hear.
I wasn't really thinking straight.
Nah, but like that's the thing. Like, I said I'd stay away from vodka, and in the moment I did literally mean it. But like, because it does get you drunk quickly, and I do enjoy the like happy feeling, I think I will still. Maybe not a prees, but like I think I would like still drink like the whole apple juice vodka thing, just a bit less, and actually enjoy myself, because I can imagine had I not got to that state that I got in, it would have been a really, really fun night.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I just, because I genuinely didn't go in any of the rooms, hear any songs, just went in and went out
straight into the toilet, straight death.
Yep, that was it. And
mate.
But I'm glad to have had that experience, because like, although it felt terrible, like everyone has it, and I like to be nearly 20 and never have that is like unheard of.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So,
and I finally like lost my drunk virginity, if you will.
Yeah, you sort of, you know, everyone. There's always a stage, like for people who do drink. Obviously, for people who don't, like, fair play. But to people who do drink, everyone has that sort of point where they realize. You're not invincible when you're drinking. You know what I mean? It can go bad.
That's so me. Like, I was like, well, what's gonna happen? It's liquid. What's liquid gonna do to me?
But then you realise, like, hang about, like, it does get bad.
I'm the same with injuries as well. Like, because I've never broken a bone or been seriously injured, I'm thinking, what can hurt me? Come at me, life. Like, I genuinely, like, part of me thinks if I fall off a building, I'll just like land right. You know, you know what I mean?
You're mad.
You don't actually think about it. I'll just think, you know, just bend at the knees, slight, you know, and just cushy.
Oh my days. Oh man.
Because I've not been badly hurt in my life, so I genuinely do feel a bit invincible, and I probably need to get hurt sooner rather than later, because that could probably do me some damage.
You do learn from it,
later on in life.
Yeah, you do learn from it.
Like, I think learning and knowing your limits, and just how human you actually are. Because if you never experienced like an injury, like if you did live 20 years of your life, like no injuries whatsoever, no illness whatsoever, I can imagine that would really destroy you when it first happened, you know?
Yeah, when you as
opposed to like gradually like getting a broken arm here and there, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I'm almost like thinking about it, like I'm scared to break a bone, like, because I don't know the pain.
I never broken a bone.
I don't know what a broken bone feels like. Can you imagine, like,
I've never broken a bone.
Because like you don't consciously feel your bones, so it's hard to imagine what it would be like if like your arm was snapped in half.
Oh.
Like,
Not about
I think the worst break would be like your upper thigh. You know, that thick bone. I think that's the biggest bone there is. Like that. And
that's
like
brutal. But I wouldn't want to like break sort of like my shoulder or sort of like that. That's because, and this is what scares me, man. Is everyone in my dad, all his brothers, and my cousins have all dislocated their shoulder. So I feel like imagine. I think there's like some weak. I don't know if this is even possible to have to like.
Oh, like a weakness in your shoulder.
I think our family just has a weak shoulder, like weak. It can't be coincidence. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they all do martial arts, so that does make sense.
Yeah,
but
I think maybe not a weak shoulder,
they didn't
just like
break
a weak
it.
body in general, and their shoulders are where they all put the most pressure.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think you can have an inherent weak shoulder. Maybe you can, but that just sounds weird.
Oh, mate. Okay, so my dad, man, like I went through my whole life without really ever seeing him in pain or anything like that. And one time, me and him and his ex-girlfriend were walking down. We were just going for a walk at sort of like 10 o'clock at night, just sort of like a chill walk. Just we were bored. Yeah, we were walking, and we came across this stray dog. And my dad was trying to like get the collar to see like if there was a number or something on it so we could get it home. And he went to lean in for the dog, and the dog like barked at him, and he pulled his arm back, and his shoulder came out. And he was shouting, and like it's so weird seeing someone who you think pain doesn't even affect them.
You think they're like indestructible.
Yeah,
like,
and then you see him.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw him in that kind of pain. I was like, I never want to experience that. I saw him.
It's like
agony.
a state of vulnerability as well.
He
like,
had to walk off. He had to walk off for like 10 minutes. Then me and his girlfriend stare like, all right, so
chilling with this dog.
Yeah,
like,
like fucking, I was about to kick the shit out of this dog, mate. Like for fucking my dad up and that. But then my dad came back and he was like, yeah, that wasn't fun. Like that was just not fun.
From what I've heard about your dad, would he be the type of guy to just like pop it back in as quick as possible?
He did. He was trying to pop it back in, but like he was in agony, and then he popped it back in. Then we walked home, and that was it. We didn't.
The fact that there is like you don't like with a broken bone, obviously like you get like the necessary like treatment, and then it's like rest for a while. Whereas like it's almost like dislocation can like almost be fixed instantly, and that scares me. Because like to know that you have to have something pop back in, like have someone wrench you in the shoulder.
Oh my god, mate, that is gonna
especially
be
if it doesn't work. Because like
I just know it's gonna happen to me. That's the thing. I'm pretty sure it will happen to me, and I hate that.
See, I'm hoping it doesn't.
I'm hoping it doesn't, man. But it hasn't. There's not one person that hasn't happened to. I mean, there is like past my dad, but since my dad's been born, like that, and then that generation onwards, to me, every guy in our sort of immediate family that's happened to.
Yeah.
Happened to my cousin, mate, in a driving test. You know when you sort of like you're reversing, you put your arm on the passenger seat and look back.
Oh, you go back like
he's put his arm and it just came out in the driving. I swear to God, mate, it came out in the driving test. Obviously, it was his driving test. He put it back in and he still passed the test, mate.
Oh
I
my
swear,
God,
mate.
that's what a story.
He did bits, mate. Oh my God.
Did the instructor like have any, or the examiner have any idea?
I don't know. I wasn't
all?
There, and this is just what he was. This is a story that he always tells. Yeah.
Yeah, you would be in the back seat, like, can I just see how this?
I mean, I think the instructor did know. I think he's like, oh, my shoulders. But the thing is, it's happened to them so much, so you sort of just you can stay composed when it happens. You know what I mean? Right. Like relatively as composed as you can do when your arms fucking came off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your arms came off. Jesus, your shoulders came out.
Yeah, I get you.
But mate, it doesn't sound fun, man. And I haven't really, like you said, experienced any sort of like break, dislocate,
excruciating pain.
Yeah, man. Like,
and that's the thing, because we haven't like experienced it, and obviously like when you're like a very young kid, you're almost like you're not really aware of pain, and you won't be able to remember it either if you're like really young.
Yeah.
But like now we're like fully aware of everything. We fully feel pain, and that's the thing. I don't know how far the pain of a broken bone or a dislocated like shoulder goes.
Yeah, because
obviously you can't compare it to anything.
How painful does it get? Because
exactly.
Man. Like I've
because it happens to
pain.
people and they live through it. So it's like, how bad is it?
I mean, it gets to a point where obviously you pass out if it's that bad. It's not like it's not like pain. There's no ceiling on. There's no limit on pain. There is for everyone. You get to the point where you just pass out. So, but imagine being in so much pain that you pass out, man. I've been in pain where I've gone
that's
lightheaded.
Not something that like makes you pass out like that. Yeah, like that's not. Pain is not like I can imagine like, or in my head a break it doesn't give you that same passed out feeling like feeling faint does. You know, so to have so much pain from like a break that you do just clock out.
Fucking hell, man! I'm so happy I've experienced that, dude.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
I hope for the both of us that never happens.
Oh, mate. All right, man. Honestly,
or if it does, it happens to us at the same time, and we clock out.
Yeah, then we can just sort of clock out together at the same exact time.
Yeah.
Oh man,
were you thinking about wrapping it up?
I think honestly, because I've got to get on make a video for the main channel.
Mate,
got to keep the momentum going, man.
I understand. Yeah.
Still
how are you feeling now, by the way? Because I know you were feeling a bit rough prior to this.
Oh, mate,
are you feeling a bit more in the zone, or you still feel a bit like gross at the same time?
Now that the podcast finished, I'm just gonna go. I feel like shit, man. But I'm gonna try my best to pull through, mate. Like it is what
Fair
it is.
Enough. This video, I know to those listening and watching, it'll be a few days ago. But is this video going up today?
The one that I'm recording now. Yeah, it'll go up like tonight. Yeah, as early as possible.
Edit as well. I
know,
dude.
mate. Trust me. All I want to do is just stick some Netflix on, or play a bit of Ghost Recon or something, mate. But
play a bit of Fortnite with the boys.
Oh, don't even fucking go there, man. Like
options on the table.
It's just not though, man. That's the thing. I know, especially now. I can't. I like normally if I came to this time, any other time I'd be like, okay, I'll just miss the day. That's fine. But it's because the momentum that I'm getting now.
That's what I'm saying. Momentum, like going. This is the fastest you've grown for a while.
Yeah, I want to see how many views that video's on. It's gonna hit 20K tonight, maybe.
Yeah. And your most popular video is just past 99,000. So.
Oh mate, when's that gonna hit? 100K.
I mean, at the rate it's going, it's gonna
take
like
years.
But
if
like,
it even hits it, I might have to shout it out and just say everyone get it to 100K.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Yeah.
I've never had a video hit 100K, so that'd be cool.
It's a cool feeling, yeah.
I bet.
I mean,
what's a million?
That's another video like we were talking about at the beginning. That's another video that because it went a bit like sort of, I suppose by your standards, viral. There were a lot of comments on that weren't viewers. You know,
and
they just
come over.
They didn't like the, especially because you weren't as good then as you are now, and people that find it now see you like a year and a half ago.
And they think that no one looks at the date, man. The amount of times people don't look at the date of an upload actually angers me.
Yeah. Like it's like when I did a crate opening, I was like, oh, I've got every Mr. decal, and they're like, you forgot, and they list all the new decals. And it was uploaded in 2016.
That's
I'm like,
just so dumb, man.
Yeah, like there were 4 out then. There's like 12 now.
Oh
so
my God. Sometimes you do forget sort of the age of some people that go on YouTube, man. Like,
and when they think they've like, because when they comment like that, they feel superior to you. They feel like they've like outwitted you in that sense. They're like, they do it quickly. They're like, they're just
like, I told him like that.
Yeah, literally like, oh my God, like,
man. Anyway,
yeah, I had the same feeling in a stream today. Someone was like, "Oh, first game on, we won," and it wasn't. But they forgot the times they died. I was gonna put in the chat, "Oh, you died, you died." but yeah, anyway, I'll let you get on. And for sure, by like, obviously this is going on Saturday, so we won't update you guys in the next podcast on the whole like challenge/wager thing till next Saturday.
Yeah.
But you and I, Max, will figure out specific terms, ideas before Monday.
Yeah, man. Action needs to be taken.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, man.
And I needed that pump, and to do it with you as well, even if it's not literally with you, but like alongside you, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's I think, yeah. So getting on those video recordings for yourself, pictures, all that. I think it's gonna be.
I'm interested. That's what I'm excited about as well. Like, just as much as sort of like having that competition.
Yeah, because you can watch back like literally just make them a minute long. Day 10, watch back day 1. You'll be even surprised then. I think.
Oh,
if you do
mate.
it. Like,
do you put the lights on for it?
No, because the yellow light in my room was always good, like because it gave enough shadow, but enough like not bright light to give really good definition when I did it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
You know, like
a couple of filters on as well, like
those
filters.
And also bits, like, the lower quality of webcam made you look more ripped as well.
I get what you mean. Like, yeah, filters for definition, mate, do bits, man. Like you said,
black and white.
Black and white's good, but the one like you were talking about that Instagram post I did where I compared myself, like the filter did more bits than people realise. Like it really brought out the shadow of the definition in that. So like, although
shadows.
I was fitter than I was. It wasn't as much as it seemed, but obviously you want to make it look as good as possible.
Yeah.
And then the other one you want to make it look as bad as possible. So it was like the most washed out image you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's the way it is.
Anyway, yeah. So we'll get on that. If you guys did enjoy this podcast, I genuinely, again, I feel like we're getting better at this.
Yeah, man. I mean, I came into this with no notes this time.
Yes, same, literally none.
Yeah,
literally
and literally like hungover off my like life as well.
And we didn't decide.
I feel like shit.
I messaged you beforehand, like, what's the icebreaker going to be? We didn't even decide that. We just said, let's talk.
Yeah,
and we did it.
That was rapid.
So it feels good.
It was rapid.
And if you're still watching this, you might have noticed like maybe 40 minutes in, my face cam might have changed color a bit. That's because like While you were talking, I changed the color intensity of my webcam because it was getting dark out, so the yellow light made me look really weird. So
oh really? That's cool,
I adjusted my face cam in the middle, if you guys noticed that. But yeah, so we'll wrap up there. If you want to check out Max's most popular video, get it to 100,000, then you can do that on his channel.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Nothing much really. Just to any of my sort of subscribers for my main channel, just want to thank you guys because like it's popping off now a bit. Like I'm getting a bit of momentum now and it feels good. Just want to thank you all for the support and yeah. Hopefully,
sick.
Yeah, man. It was a good podcast, mate. I enjoyed it.
It was a good podcast. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one in a week's time. So, peace out.
Peace.